Gigglam, and welcome to the bonus episode of Ratchet Clank. I'm going to say this right now, I will not be continuing any sort of prototype episodes until I have a means to record said prototype. So, I am not going to be able to show off any of the demos, such as the store kiosk demo or the E3 prototype, until I can get my hands on a means to do it through real hardware, such as the E3 demo disc, which hopefully I can snag at some point. So let's actually do the time warp to before we defeated Drek. We actually get taken all the way back here. Now we have access to goodies. First things first, I'm going to pull up a game facts page because there's something that that I do recommend you do. You may have noticed these question marks here. These are something we'll worry about later. But we also have this. Cheats. And skill points. But did I really not go back there? Well, at the very least, that'll be our first stop after this particular thing. So, first things first. Let's unlock all the cheats. First, let's talk about, let's talk about big head mode for Clank. You need to flip back, flip back, hyper strike, comet strike, double jump, hyper strike, flip left, flip right, full second crouch. There we go. We now have big head mode for Clank. Big head mode was a trend for a lot of games in this era. There are so many of them. So now we need to go into gadgets, and we're going to want to use the helipack. I recommend this. These cheats may be a bit tricky to activate, and there's a reason why they replace it with getting cheats via skill points. So we need to do a stretch jump, flip back 3 times. I said flip back 3 times. Stretch jump, flip back 3 times. Dang it. Okay, hold on. Give me a moment. I need to put this on a notepad. Okay. We need to do... Actually, let's go into Ratchet's old shed. We need to stretch jump, flip back 3 times. Move here for another stretch jump, flip back 3 times. We have to try that again. Stretch jump, flip back 3. Don't turn around, Ratchet. Stretch jump, flip back 3. I'm not turning around. I'm holding down straight. Like, seriously. Like, I'm not turning around. Stretch jump, flip back 3. Flip back 3 times. Flip back 3 times. Not flip back 1. Ugh. Ugh. This is why the cheat codes were never brought back. At least not in this way. Seriously. Do this. I said do this. Okay, next time, okay. Stretch jump, flip back 3 times. Stretch jump again, flip back 3 times. Stretch jump again, flip back 3 times. Full second crouch. There we go. Now we have big head mode for enemies. Now for big head mode for NPCs. We're not going to be able to see this, but we'll probably see this in New Game Plus. There is 2 methods for this. Let's use the alternate method because the first method requires 1 flip left, 1 flip right, flip back 3 times, comet strike, double jump, comet strike, hyper strike. Okay, left, right, flip back twice, Okay. No, that's Hyper Strike. Comet Strike is throw the wrench. Okay. Left, right, flip back, strike, double jump. Good job, me. Sorry, trying to look back on the screen and look back there is a bit difficult. Okay. I really should have had a screen, like, right in front of me. Okay. Left, right, back, Comet Strike, double jump, Comet Strike, Hyper Strike. That should give us Big Head mode for NPCs. Now for Ratchet to get the Big Head mode. And the problem is we need a full second glide. So, okay. 1, 2, 3, full second crouch. Of course, when the game decides, okay, 1, 2, 3, full second crouch. It requires a full second crouch, a stretch jump, and a full second glide. Problem is that you need enough air for a full second glide. So let's do that again. Backflip 3 times, full second crouch, stretch jump. There we go. Big Head Ratchet. Now, now for the last one. Now for the second to last one. Invincibility. You need to do Comet Strike 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Flip back. Full strike and crouch. Flip back again. Second crouch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have invincibility. Now for mirrored levels. This one also has 2 methods. And we're going to do the second method. The first method requires a left flip, 3 hit wrench combo, hyper strike, 2 right flips, a double jump, 2 more right flips, another double jump, and a full second crouch. For our method, we're going to be doing 2 left flips, 4 left flips, a multi-strike, a hyper strike, 4 right flips. Now I have to do it again because I was doing this, not this. Okay, let's do that again. 4 left flips, 2, 3, 4, a multi-strike, a hyper strike, 4 right flips, a double jump, and a crouch. Mirror mode. Yep. If you really want to make things interesting, try making your New Game Plus in mirror mode. Now for trippy contrails, and we're going to have to basically go back to another planet to do so. So, let's go to the goodies menu and disable all these cheats. Except for this one. Okay. So, yeah. I have a feeling that the reason why the growing pair Easter egg exists was because they were trying to test out the scaling, and they wanted to do it through the most pervasive way possible. But of course, that probably awakened someone. So, yeah. So, I'm going to show off the Rhino in action. After we get our quick select to include Trespasser and where the heck is it? Hydro Displacer. Unless I think I might only need the Hydro Displacer. So Oh, right. Guess it didn't have the weapon selected. Good job, me. So, yeah. I've shown this off by complete accident, but this is what the Rhino is capable of. Basically, shoot everything in sight. You have enough missiles in your silo to basically shoot as much as you can whenever you can. Like, and weapon ammo for this weapon is cheap. You do not get any sort of ammo drops with the Rhino, though. That's just another warning I must give. Oy. Yep. Gates are back on, so I'll just cut. So, yeah. I can't believe that was not... I can't believe, like, I almost completely forgot about, the, Kirwan skill points. Only to forget about an early game skill point that I didn't bother to go back for because I actually had the weapon for it. Like, how did I miss that one? Like, I would have been more embarrassed if I did ended up forgetting about Kirwan and Novalis. And I usually have really good memory with this game. I have a photographic memory, by the way. All this freaking phlegm and such. Yeah. My trip is, like, almost, like, a little bit over a week away, so... I'm trying to do as much as I can before I just, wrap up everything I have working on. Like, you'll likely see the side order, hackless runs before this goes up. Like, by the time this goes up, I'm probably already at home and all the assets I need for this project are made. So, yeah. So... Of course, we're going to need to go back to our... What was it? Thruster pack. Game, please. Game. But yeah. This is basically a victory lap to show off the Rhino. And let's just say... The Rhino will make your life easier for this planet. If you've gotten the Rhino after a New Game Plus playthrough... during a New Game Plus playthrough... You deserve it. You worked hard for that. The reason why I wanted to get this early, I wanted to get as many bolts early on was because it was going to make my life easier if I decided to go, if I decided to have a huge stack of bolts, so I'm not always being pay-gated for a game that doesn't really have much in terms of a bolt economy. We're talking about, like, bolts not being easy to come by, something that the sequels will indeed fix. Like, I'm not kidding. When you play the sequels to Ratchet Clank, you'll be surprised about how little in the bolt department is the first game. So yeah, oops. So, of course, I'm gonna cut this one. Alright, I don't have the right weapon selected. Good job, me. Nope. There we go. So, sorry for the silence and such. I'm just basically blazing through this planet. Like, when you have the Rhino, like, the game is cake for you. If that ain't cake enough, you should see how the speedrunners take care of the planets on New Game Plus. They literally just blaze through the entire thing. I'm not kidding. Like, like, I'm gonna take care of New Game Plus off screen and then just show off the fully completed screen and such. So, basically, I'm gonna show you how much of a difference the Rhino makes in terms of the final boss. Like, I'm not kidding, that final boss gets taken care of in seconds. Like, there's a reason why that for any future playthroughs of this, I always just whip out the Rhino for the final boss specifically. So yeah. If only there was a way you can just constantly fight Drek with with just the with just the robot. It would be nice. But again, fortunately, ammo for this weapon is cheap. So I'm gonna show you what I usually do after every time that I die to this boss. Like, seriously, I can't believe the recording curse made me so frustrated that I decided to get rid of the recording because that's not what I want to edit down and such. And then I did it on my first try. Let me show you how fast this boss goes down. Already, the next phase starts. And you can see some of the missiles from the last silo have still not landed somewhere. Like, even if something's going on, the cutscene will give you invincibility, but restrict your movement. Though, there are some things where I'm wondering how do people move while the cutscene is in a dramatic angle, while in a glitched state, or something like that. Seriously. I've seen a speedrun of Ratchet Clank New Game Plus done in like under 20 minutes, and some of the movement is just insane. Like, how do people do that? Ugh. Man, I'm not looking forward to going to planet, I believe it was Umbris for a glitch. But yeah, look at that. This boss goes down in seconds if you're doing it through with the Rhino. Now, if you're doing New Game Plus, now, if you've ever seen a speedrun of this game, you'll be surprised to know that that people use glitches to skip the final boss altogether. Like, if you remember a similar thing with Mega Man Battle Network, that if you press start at the right time, like in the right frame, you can actually close the menu and the final boss is already defeated. So yeah, I'm skipping cutscenes because we've already seen them. But of course, we got a lot of work to do. So, boop. And we just have to basically just get to a rail and watch his HP go down. Look at that. Now he's already activating the switch again. He didn't even get close to me, and I'm already, like, he already activates his pinch. Cool Lombaxes don't look at Drek. They just blow shit up and then walk away. All they need to do is rip you a new one. So yeah, that's Drek with the Rhino. A joke, pretty much. So of course...
Laser! This can't be good. Phew, that was close. Clank, you can pull us up now.
The servos in my arm appear to be broken.
Broken? As in, fall to our deaths broken?
Yes.
And then they both died. Okay, I was worried for a moment. Yeah, we can just skip all this. But now that we've shown off the final boss, we're going to start a New Game Plus save file. In New Game Plus, basically, you start with all your weapons, but none of your gadgets. And, we're just trying to skip past these cutscenes because there are a lot of cutscenes in the early game, as I remember. Now, there is something that I should talk about. Menu codes. Supposedly, there was a bunch of menu codes that were found through debugging the game that were left over. And you can enter these to get anything you want, even skill points. So, say I want to have the let's see. Let's see. Say I want to have the thruster pack right from the start. There's right from the start. Gotta make sure I'm on the right. Okay, gotta make sure. Oh yeah, it's in alphabetical order. Okay. Say I wanted to have the thruster pack right from the start. By holding in the menu, by holding L1 and R2, square, right, left, square, square, right, square, up, circle, circle, left, left, up, circle, left. Dang, I messed up. Square, right, left, square, square, right, square, up, circle, circle, left, left, up, circle, left, right, up, right, square. Oh. Did I just only get... Did I only just get myself the PDA? Okay, I'm gonna need someone to see if these are real because they're on the GameFAQs page and they're like basically allows you to get anything you want. But I'm just wondering if it actually freaking works. Like L1 R2. Okay, L1 R2. Let's try the O2 mask. Left square, up, right, up, down, up, left, down, left, right, square, square, right, circle. I might have messed that up. Let me try that again. Left square, up, down, up, left, down, right, square, square, right, circle. Yep, it worked! Oh my gosh, I have the O2 mask now. Okay. I think I might have activated the one for the one... So yeah, you can actually get yourself a lot of things early through this. I don't think this was intentional. I'm not sure if it even works in the PlayStation Vita or PlayStation 3 versions. I want to say it doesn't. They, like, took it out. Anyways, let's see. Can we get the thruster pack by just doing the following? Square, right, left, square, square, right, square, up, circle, circle, left, up, circle, left, up, right, square. Yep. Oh, we can't even select it. They actually accounted for that. So yeah, we have all of our weapons, but none of the gadgets. And that's a plane flying by. So yeah, we can play through the entire game with our entire arsenal, but we have to get all the gadgets all over again. So if in case you wanted to take care of certain things early, you can. I'm just gonna do a lot of this stuff off screen unless I have a means to get it done much faster. Or, I know, let me see. I have to go all the way down for this one. If this works, you can actually get any planet you want. Right, left, up, left, square, left, right, down, left, circle, up, square, left, up, down. Because if I got in the thruster pack early on, then I could just basically use that as a means to just basically spawn any planet I want. There's still a bunch of cutscenes we need to go through. So I will just be right back when I get to the gold weapons. So much skipping I have to do. Yeah, I'm not kidding. There are so many cutscenes front-loaded. There's a lot of characters that kind of just disappear after a certain point. And, okay. Now that we're here... Wait. Alright. There's this teleporter that wasn't here before. Welcome to the Room of Gold Weapons. Now, there's going to be another... now, if you've decided to wait until the very... the Ultanis Orbit, the Room of Gold Weapons for the Ultanis Orbit will actually be changed to have 10 weapons instead of just 5. This is where we're finally going to be splurging our weapons. Gold Tesla Claw. Gold Bomb Glove. Now it says I can... Oh. Gold Devastator. I'm going to try to buy the thing again. Okay, it doesn't let me. Gold Pyrocitor. Gold Mine Glove. Gold Blaster. Oh yeah, Gold Morpho Ray, which morphs things much faster. Gold Glove of Doom. Gold Decoy Glove. Why did they decide to make the Decoy Glove gold when it's useless? And Gold Suck Cannon. Now I can probably show this off by going back to Velden. Of course. Now, no wait. We go to our gadgets because I activated the cheat. I already have the thruster pack. At a point where I'm not supposed to have it. Ugh. I can easily put in a bunch of codes to just basically skip to the end of the game just because the game will give you the ability to to do such a thing. So first of all, we're in Planet Novalis. We actually missed the skill point. Let's go to our quick select. And yeah, surprisingly, the Visibomb gun does not get a gold variant. Now, if you were to... now, let me see. Let me double check the room. Make sure there weren't any gold weapons I did not buy. Of all the things they decided not to make a gold weapon for, it's the Visibomb gun. Okay, where the heck is it? So now, we have stronger versions of each of the weapons. And if we were to go to goodies, we need to get that last skill point. We actually have a lot of things we can get now. We actually have in-level movies, cinematics, cheats, credits, skill points. And if I were to open up the skill points thing, we need to destroy a single fighter or bomber. You just need to destroy a single one. Shoot. No, wait. Weapons? No, wait. Quick select. Doi. Sorry, I'm just a bit improvising. Could have sworn I'd gotten this, but I guess not. You know what? Why not do it the Rhino way? Maybe it's easier to do it on the ground. There we go, that's the last one. go to our goodies, we now have an epilogue. Basically, these are a bunch of magazines that let us see what happened after the event of this game. Details. And, basically, nosy news. Ain't that the truth? Is Skid hooked on Nano? Yeah, that should show you the time period this was released on. Or released in. Basically what you have here is these magazine articles, advertising stuff, and it shows where everyone's been after the fact. Prime, because it's Time magazine. Well, that's a thing. Also, we'll be seeing this guy in the sequel, by the way. He doesn't show up until, like, later into Going Commando. Battaglia Chronicles. It's through his ribcage. Or you just do a bunch of side flips. Too bad we're not going to be seeing that version of the magazine. Now, sorry, I'm we forgot about this one. Yep, Planet Umbris is for sale. Ratchet Clank the motion picture. Oh, this thing. Yeah, we're not going to get that until 2016, by the way. Or we didn't get the motion picture until 2016, so this thing was ironically prophetic. Hot bots. Yeah. Yeah, they got away with that. Like, whew. It's through his ribcage. Or through somewhere else. Anywho, we also have these making of videos. Like, these making of videos basically show you the process of making these games and such. There's a lot of extras, surprisingly enough. And, yes, I'm not kidding, this was Insomniac's second venture after Spyro the Dragon. They were going to make it something else, though. You probably heard of the title Girl with a Stick. You're seeing a lot of prototype footage. You're seeing an early bolt count and such. Early weapon counts and the like. There's a lot of early UI stuff you see right here. You even see an untextured helicopter and such. Maybe if I wanted to, I can probably just dissect each of the differences and such. But I'm pretty sure someone on, TCRF has already done so. I've already gone long enough in terms of this like little like showcase in the bonus episode, so I'm probably gonna cut to like certain other things and such. So yeah, I'll be back when we see you for that. So back in a bit. All right. So. What happens if you decide to put in a planet code for this one? Well, I don't know what happens when you put in a skill point code, but for a planet code, hold L1, then R2, and then for Iridia, up, left, down, circle, right, left, up, down, left, square, square, right, left, down, right, unpause. And Infobot for Planet Iridia. If you decide to put one for Veldin 2, you instead get something that says, Paradox, this message does not exist. And I really wish that I would have gotten that. Basically, after putting in certain codes, you can actually get certain planets to show up much earlier. I already have Veldin 2 unlocked. But we can just, first of all, I'm gonna just, basically, make things easier for me by going to Kirwan. And I think I have to go there just to get the Nebula G34 bot, because I don't think there is a, debug code for Nebula G34. But yeah, you can use these codes to basically skip any planet. Like, all you have to do is just put in some codes to basically give yourself the right gadgets and such, and that'll be it. I'll just say this right now. I'm pretty sure these codes are probably like disqualified for Ratchet and Clank speedruns and such, so probably a good reason. Basically, I'm showing off the gold pyroster in the gold Tesla Claw. These weapons do way more damage per second. For example, if we selected gold pyroster, these guys go down in a single hit of the button, like so. I'm pretty sure that if I really wanted to, I could just basically put in the code for all the skill points and just not have to worry about that the entire planet. So, yeah. Might as well show this as a means to basically show off each and every gold weapon whenever possible. So, another thing. If you were to go to options and such, you'll notice that there's a gold star that with a number 1 on it. This shows which New Game Plus you, how many times you have done a brand new playthrough after completing it once. Might as well get this out of the way. For some reason they made this for some reason they made a gold decoy glove. Decoy glove sucks. If you're not doing glitches with it, it's got as much usability as a wooden stick. And I'm not talking about Ocarina of Time's wooden stick. You could use those things very effectively if you know what you're doing. I'm talking, they're not gonna fall for it. Like, never mind. Here they are proving me wrong. Like, seriously, they're actually aiming at them. Anytime I tried to use it, I tried to aim it, and they still aimed for me. How did they aim for them when they could have aimed for me? That's what it's supposed to do. That's what I've been trying to that's what I was thinking it was gonna do. But instead, all I got was just something that just... way to prove me wrong, freaking decoy glove. Then again, here's the thing though. The decoy glove, you're not really going to be using it much for anything that isn't like speedrunning glitches and such, and that's assuming you know how to do them. But because I'd rather you just instead just get straight to the point and use SI for the slope intercept. Well, yeah. First off, the Morpho Ray. Morphs much faster. I said morphs much faster. Now we have giant poultry. Yep. Giant chickens. I love chickens, Eddie. So yeah. I'm only going through this planet just to get Nebula G34. But if you just put in the right codes, you can just skip this and such. There's a glitch that someone did to basically control Ratchet during this moment. Now for the gold blaster. Much like... it does a tad bit more damage, but gold blasters can ricochet. Yep, gold blaster shots ricochet. Now, funnily enough, we're actually right above the spawn point. The spawn point for this planet. So yeah, gold blaster shots ricochet. They can go all over the place and hit things on opposite ends. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, there's a reason why I decided to put in some cheat codes. It's because they make my trip a little bit faster. But the reason why I have to go for this code bot is simply because infobot is simply because the planet for is simply because the one bot does not exist, or the one code, at least as far as I'm aware, does not exist. So yeah. Now, we can get the suck cannon, and it will give us the message, you got the suck cannon again. But I should talk about another message that is rarely ever seen. If you decide not, if you decide to, if you didn't have the Devastator by the time you fight a helicopter in Planet Hoven, you will get the rare message of you need a Devastator to take down helicopters, but they did not code the helicopters to be immune to blaster shots, meaning that you don't need the Devastator to defeat them. So if you've never seen that message, if you only seen that message during a speed run, and I'm talking a very old speed run, and then there you go. That's why. If you're wondering how I have all this stuff early, it's because I put in debug cheats to basically give myself these this stuff early. Like, I can literally just use these codes to skip certain parts of the game because I already beaten it once. Like, I've already beaten it. I've gotten everything. I can just do whatever I want with it. I'm just only going to show what I know. If there's any Easter eggs that I did miss, there's probably other videos that do show those Easter eggs and such. Ugh. So yeah, I don't know how to do the the wall clipping glitch. It probably involves the decoy glove and such. But basically, Ratchet. Basically, I'm trying to take care of this off screen. I'm just basically using my means of a debug code to basically make my trip through New Game Plus extremely quick. So, first of all, let's change our quick select. Let's get back the drone device. If only you had a gold weapon variant. Let's just keep the trespasser here instead. But now we can go to the Blarg Tactical Station. That's what it was called. That's why I didn't see Nebula G34. It was Blarg Station. Good job, me. Good job. Okay, so we showed off the gold Pyroster and the gold I want to say the gold no, I have not. I don't think I've shown off the gold Devastator. We'll probably show off the other ones a little bit later. There's a reason why I want to go to Blarg Station. Let me see. So, of course, upon going here, if you decide to go in the first person on this particular screen, you can see Dan, one of the game's developers on this screen. And right above it is Windows 95 UI. That is a minimize and maximize screen you can see right there. If you probably look into the texture screen, the UV map texture screens, you can probably see the full thing for yourself. But yep, that's one of the game's developers. So, there's another Easter egg, and it involves looking at the Gadgetron vendor screen. Now, if you were to stay on this one for, yep, I think that's my dinner. But if you were to stay on this screen, eventually there will be something that will be asking for help. You will need to basically wait a good while for this. So, shoot. So I don't know how long this is gonna take. So I'm just going to wait while I let things cool down.
Let's go, buddy. I ain't got all day.
And I believe that should be the message you're looking for. Help! I'm stuck in this box. However, I could just look it up just to be sure. Okay, yeah, I did look it up. There's gonna be some awkward cuts, but yeah, there are a bunch of things it could say, such as "Eat at Joe's" and Gatatron just looking, just trying to get their legal department back for 6 months. But yeah, I think that's the last one. So I'm gonna cut to when we. Are back from Velden, or we can just show off the remaining weapons while we're at Velden. We can do that. So yeah, because I put in a code to basically allow us to go to Velden much earlier in the game, our ship is not the same ship we left in. So there's no way to enter a ship with a ship we did not enter with. So let's go to our quick select and just select some weapons that we haven't used in a while, or even at all. Wait. Okay, make sure that's not highlighted. So here's the gold suck cannon. It can now hold way more ammunition. Like, we're talking way more. And it fires much faster. Watch this. Yeah, it holds way more ammunition and such. Like, we're talking like probably thrice as much. Ugh. Now, the reason I only put in enough codes to basically give me enough everything I need for the basically everything I need to be able to actually beat this planet and such. Like, you can decide to be like, let's just go to Velden, let's just take off from Velden to go straight back to Velden, but you kind of need the ship first and such. And here I am just not being able to aim things. Yeah, like that. Now, as far as I'm aware, there is no, Oh, right. Actually, before we go continue with Velden, there's one more cheat code I completely forgot about. I'm just forgetting all sort of things today. Yeah, I'm back in the green ship instead of the orange ship, but basically, wait, can I do this? Can I do this and skip a cutscene altogether? Yes, I can! On New Game Plus, I could just blow that up and skip a cutscene. Okay, so the one cheat code they want you to do, we can't do it with this particular thing, but we can do it with another. In fact, the game lets us go to the end of the fitness course because I already have the swing shot. Basically, using certain codes can allow you to do things. Not what I meant to do. Just let's go back proper. Okay. Oy. 3. You need to do 10 wall jumps. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there we go. That's our last cheat. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I forgot about this one. If you wonder what that cheat is, it's Trippy Contrails. We don't have the other cheats cheats on, we need to reactivate those. But basically, while we're rail grinding, it allows that, while we're rail grinding, we actually have access to other things. Which, by the way, I should probably input the cheat for the grind boots. Circle down, right, square up, right, down, square, right, circle, left, square, left, square, right, down. And there they are. Now for the magnet boots. Right, left, up, down, square, left, right, up, circle, left, up, square, up, right, circle, left, right, left. And there we are. That's all we need. Because, if I didn't have them, I wouldn't be able to take the grind boots. I don't know what Trippy Contrails does, because I've been on some grind rails and it doesn't do anything. So let's look at our weapons. Okay. I feel like we should show off the Gold Glove of Doom now, before I decide to cut past, yeah. The Gold Glove of Doom. Your minions are now much larger, and they can take more of a beating. Ugh. So yeah, your gold weapons are now much more destructive, and can also deal more damage. Like these weapons do more. Ugh. Problem is they don't like to lock on to things I want them to lock on to. Ugh. Quick select. Let's just change to the Tesla claw. Ugh, gosh. They fire so darn aggressively. Maybe there's a reason why I use the Visibomb gun for that one. So I'll just cut back to when we're at Drek. This part's gone on long enough. Since we have Trippy Contrails on, I don't understand what this does. This is the only grind rail I know of, and just to make sure, if we go to cheats, it is on. And when I grind, is it because I need to be on a certain grind rail for it to work? I'm not entirely sure, but there isn't really anything that just tells me it's trippy. It just doesn't look different. Personally, I would appreciate any sort of feedback on any sort of differences and such. So, yeah, we're right before Drek, so, there's a reason why I had to put in certain cheats and I had to cut to here is because, we've already seen everything. But, also the reason I had to put in certain cheats just to get the Hydro Pack. Like, if you really wanted to, you can just probably get yourself the Hydro Pack early on, in case you really want to make sure your swimming is much more of a breeze. But I think that only works in the PlayStation 2 version. And, yeah, I got a lot of cutting around to do, but once I'm able to do it, yeah. First things first, let's take a look at the sketchbook. I keep forgetting that it's this guy. The sketchbook shows, early sketches of each character. Ratchet went through a lot of designs. So did Clank. We can read up on these sketchbooks. You can definitely tell, there's some developers' commentary and such. I do recommend you pause and read these, so that way, if in case you want to figure out what made these characters, you can do so. Like, we also have the sketches of the planets and such. I kind of wonder how are people able to sketch these things with as much detail as they could, because it's probably one of those things they teach you about in school and such. They just make sure you want to get your sketches down pat, and it's amazing what one could do with just enough time, a pencil, and a paper. And there's a lot here. Like, I do recommend you read trivia pages and TCRF for stuff like this, so that way, in case you need to find some trivia and such. And this isn't the only time we're going to get an Insomniac museum. Wait until we get to the sequel, where there's an actual museum you can visit, and visiting that museum nets you the trophy too. So, yeah. Honestly, excuse me. The problem is that you can't really make the scrolling text go faster. You kind of have to wait for it to scroll up. Because of the screen real estate for the PlayStation 2. But yeah. Honestly, I'm happy to have this Let's Play done, and I'm happy that showing off the extras shouldn't take too long. I'm not sure if I can show off the commercials and such, but I do recommend you look the commercials up, because they are some of the best commercials for a video game, because it's just like it shows the attitude of the era and such, and it fits right at home with this game. There's a reason why this game is one of Sony's most recognizable IPs. Excuse me. Which makes me wonder, why the heck didn't they say why not contact Sony? Which makes me wonder, why didn't Sumo Digital say they contact Sony to use Ratchet and Clank for Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing instead of trying to get Crash or trying to get Crash for the Sony consoles? It would have made more sense at the time. One can dream though, because that All Star move would definitely be like the Rhino. Yeah. So, I'm just gonna try to, I'm trying to let this text scroll so you can pause and read it if you need to. So, yeah. It's just, I'm not sure how many, of these things there are. And here's one of the first colored sketches in the book. Man, I am not gonna like editing all this, but oh well. Okay. Next we have Blarg Soldiers. And I want to say this probably I want to say there's probably some of this stuff would actually, I don't know where I'm going. So someone had a lot of fun sketching these robots for Ratchet and Clank. Ugh. Oh. Oh, I see. There's a ship. That's the one ship you see at the beginning of the game. Too bad we lose it by the start, or after the start. So, yeah. if you want to read these, go ahead and read these and such. Anyways, I'll see you with the final boss with the golden weapons this time. And that's about it. I will see you with the final boss. Back in a moment. So, we just, well, after that little bit of trouble we went through well, showing off all the gold weapons, we're going to say, let's try beating Drek let's try beating Drek with just the gold weapons. Alright, so now let's show off the final boss with the gold weapons. We're gonna beat Drek a third time. The gold weapons will be doing more to Drek, as you may know. And because we don't exactly have what you call strafing, it's a bit awkward to fight bosses like this. So you have to hope that the auto aim is working. As you can already tell, the gold blaster did so much damage that we're already on the next phase. Ay. Now the next phase is going to have mines that will fire. I don't know what's the difference with the mine thrower though. Mine thrower is kind of a worse bomb thrower. Like sure it can be set up at any time, but it's proximity based, and the issue is that how good can something proximity based actually affect them. Ugh. Double jump. The problem with having to switch in real time, because there's no pause between weapon switching, is that you have to be quick, otherwise you're a sitting duck. And the reason why I dislike that a lot is simply because it prevents you from safely switching when you need to. You can actually turn that off in Ratchet Clank 2. But I'm going to tell you this right now. Why the heck would you? Why the heck would you want to make Ratchet Clank 2 harder on yourself? Do you want to do a self-imposed challenge where where you play it exactly like Ratchet Clank 1? Have no strafing, have no whatever? We can just skip this cutscene. Ugh. Dang it. The one thing I really dislike about being on the rail for this game specifically, is the fact that the game will actively like prevent you from getting off of it. So yeah, basically, if you know how to fight this thing really fast, all you have to do is just when you have an opening, you go for that opening. Ugh. Are you gonna fire mines? Nope, he's gonna go and reset the clock. Come on, fire mines. I want to show off, like, I want to show off the, I want to show off the golden suck cannon at its full potential. Fire the freaking mines. Oh no, you're just gonna fire that instead. Fire the mines. As you can see, the gold weapons are doing way more damage. If I were to get the gold weapons beforehand, I would have been just using the suck cannon or whatever other weapons to just basically go ham on him. Ugh. Oh, now he's firing the mines. He's firing a bunch of them, but since we have the gold one, we can hold way more. Ah. Don't stand in the way of it. There we go. Ugh. Never mind. Ow. Well, at the very least I have the rhino so I can speed this boss fight up. Ratchet. This is basically what I got in the fight down to. And now he's gonna activate the bomb. He's gonna set us up the bomb. And then... we can just... nope, we're all out of ammo, so... And now he's gone absolutely haywire with all the weapons he's firing. All these green little missiles. So let's just basically fire golden bullets at him. This part is known as the Lombax, the golden guns. Yeah, that's the very, like, if you plan on no-hitting this boss, just dash out of the way. This will make your life easier. Make sure you're going left or directly right. And there we go. So, yeah. I hope I can put this together in something coherent. But that should wrap up the, everything about Ratchet & Clank 1. So, yeah. Personally, I was practicing this game all year, and despite all the problems I have with the first game and such, specifically the checkpoints, and the writing is a bit on the awkward side, I will say, I'm so glad I decided to start playing this series. My first game was Rift Apart, like the first one I actually properly beaten. But I really wish I could have played sooner. I remember my brothers playing Up Your Arsenal and Deadlocked. I remember my brothers playing the first 2 games. But I never really got to play these myself until late last year. I was playing this on the PS3, I was playing this on the Vita, and then I was playing this on the PlayStation 2. this is my first full playthrough on the original console. And like with the sequels, I'm going to be doing the Let's Play on the original console while telling everything about how you unlock certain skill points and everything for the PlayStation 3 and Vita versions. Which means I'm going to have some very choice words for how they handled the ship in Ratchet & Clank Going Commando. Now, I should also mention this while I'm here. The Japanese version of the game, and this is also one of the few PlayStation games that actually got a Korean release. Like, there's been Korean and Chinese releases of select PlayStation 2 games, but Korea got way more games than China because at the same time they tried to localize the PlayStation 2 to China, the video game ban happened, meaning that there was only a handful of Chinese PlayStation 2 games, and this wasn't one of them. Ape Escape 2 was. Anyway, this game has a Korean version, and I think most people use that version, at least until the HD PlayStation 3 versions came out, simply because of the faster load times. Now, there's one thing I didn't get to show, and it completely escaped my mind. Ghost Ratchet. One of the planets you saw right there had the ability to do the Ghost Ratchet glitch. If you were to do a swing shot when you hit the death plane, it means that Ratchet is now completely intangible to walls, meaning that, at least for 10,000 frames, you can go through walls and skip certain sections in the game, making for a very viable speedrunning tactic. And that's just the tip of the iceberg of speedrunning tactics. I will link in the description a speedrunning video by the Rixer, yes, with an X, and this was before the Gen Alpha slang. Just say charisma, it's not that hard. Anywho, the Japanese voice cast, at least to my knowledge, might be the same voice cast for One Piece. Like, I think the voice for Luffy is the voice of Ratchet in this game, and all future games considering Japanese localization culture. Like, when they have a role, they keep that role until something happens to them, or they pass away. Much like Oxide's Japanese voice actor, or Eggman's Japanese voice actor. So, I do want to play the other PlayStation 2 classics. I might finally actually play God of War, since when that came out, I was just a kid and I couldn't even play that game because I was still wary of the ESRB. I was trying to be a good boy and all that. Yep, Kevin Michael Richardson. He was one of the few voices that was everywhere. Neil Flynn. Wait, he was the lieutenant? Oy. The Rhino salesman. We'll be seeing that guy in future entries. By the way, Melissa Disney, I forget what other character she was in. I think she was in Kingdom Hearts. I can't remember. I've never played Kingdom Hearts. I've seen my brothers play it, but I've only gotten so far on the Xbox version, and that was before most of my time went from Xbox One to PlayStation 5. But, yeah. Like, I don't know what else I can mention. Like, all I can say is just, if you haven't given Ratchet & Clank a try, I do recommend you try it. If you have a PlayStation 3 lying around, get the collection. Still have your PlayStation 2, it's not hard to find an original copy of this game. If this game ever gets a PlayStation 5 release, I'm both going to be happy and miffed. Also, my cat came by just at the perfect time. Hello, Zoe. You want to cap this off? You want to cap us off or something? Meow? Are you not going to meow? She's purring. I don't want to know what Ratchet and Clank are seeing, but by the way, nope, no. That's not the keyboard. Don't stand on the keyboard. I'm going to say this right now. The Hygienator is something that will come back as a plot point in the sequel of the game, because we're going to see that Hygienator might have caused some transmitted diseases. I want to know where that hygienator has been. And believe me, that's not the only time the game is going to get really crass. It's crass, but within reason. And boy, if you like dirty humor, I can't wait to get to up your arsenal. So yeah, next time we meet in the Ratchet & Clank universe, we're going to be going to the game's sequel, Ratchet & Clank Going Commando, or Ratchet & Clank Locked and Loaded, or just Ratchet & Clank 2. And next Let's Play, we're going to be rolling up a lot of objects, hopefully, unless plans change. That, or we'll be seeing another hackless run before then. Until then, I've been Gigalem. I hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. If you want to donate, there are a couple links in the description below. Any amount helps. If you want to follow any future series from me, you can click the subscribe button and the bell and you'll be on your way, but you don't have to if you don't want to. The thought is appreciated. I hope you're taking really good care of yourself. Let's just admire this complete screen, because that is something I always like having by the end of each game. Until then, I shall now bid you adieu.